Hey guys, I'm Steve Dadaian, and I bet you can't play this, but you might be able to after this video, so check it out. All right, guys, so with this lick, I want to go over a few things as well that hopefully you'll get a little bit out of. First thing is technique, and then we'll go over the theory as well. So with this one, what I want to touch on was a lot of tapping and the more legato side of playing. In this type of tapping, it's not necessarily the traditional sense where maybe we think of Eddie Van Halen, which is more like 2 notes on the left hand, 1 note on the right hand, like a triad. It's very cool, nothing wrong with that, but it's just a different way where we have 1 note on the left hand and 1 note on the right hand. The reason why this still sounds cool is because we still get that wide intervallic relationship, but we're doing a little bit less work. The trade-off is that when we do this slow, or even when we're doing this fast actually, we have to be really mindful of the timing. Because we only have 1 note on the left hand, we have to really make sure that we time it properly with the right hand, so we hear both left, right, and then the left hand again. So it requires a little bit of timing, a little bit extra work, but we still get a very cool effect. You can apply this to arpeggios, 1 note per string, and it's a very cool effect for the listener to hear if they haven't heard this before. So we'll go over that, and this also has as well some string skipping and some tapping ideas as well with the left hand only. We'll go over that in about a minute. So theory side of this, I also want to touch on going over chord progressions, but also adding an outside sound. So we can do this with passing tones, playing over the chords. We can also do this with playing some exotic scales to throw in, and even some diminished chords as well to give it a little bit extra flavor. So the lick starts out playing an F sharp, and again, I'm tuned down a half step on the 6th string, but for all intents and purposes, we'll talk about the theory as if it were in standard. So I'm on the 9th fret here, and I'm starting out what would be an F sharp arpeggio. And after that, I basically go down with the left hand only. So keep in mind when you're doing this to try and play on the tip of your finger and get just behind the fret. And also, even though I do have fret wraps on, a good thing to keep in mind with the left hand is that you want to lightly be touching the string next to it. And what this is going to do is as a way to mute with the left hand, you'll just get yourself a little bit extra white noise canceled out in the background. Especially when you're playing with high gain, you want to do anything you can to eliminate that. So we'll go down the arpeggio with just the left hand as well. So we're just repeating the same idea, going down the arpeggio, and we repeat that in E, and we go to a B minor 7 arpeggio, which is in the key. So from this point, we've basically been staying within the key, playing over the traditional chord shapes with some 7ths added. Now to add the outside sound, from this part we go into a more exotic scale sound, and I'll play that for you right now. So with that phrase right there, that's more out of a Japanese pentatonic scale. You hear this a lot, guys like Marty Friedman, Jason Becker, Cacophony, they use this a lot. It's just another way of still playing within the key, but hitting a couple extra notes. You can really hear it. That whole sound is within there. So we're going to take that idea and we're going to use that going up the neck. And over here, that shape is the G sharp diminished. So this is a little bit less common shape you might see. A lot of times we play it up on the upper 3 strings. But you still get a lot of mileage, I think, out of using it down there as well. So from there, we're basically going to be going up that exotic scale as well. And we're going to be doing this in different intervals as well. So it'll sound like this. And so you're hearing basically we're still playing the same scale. We're just going through in different modulations up the neck. And this is an interesting way where we can cover a lot of ground if we want to get from point A to point B. And so the way we end this lick is we're going to be doing this by playing a chord tone or important note in the scale we want to cover, and we're going to bend right to that, either a half or a whole step away. This is something you hear a lot of guys like Steve Vai, Richie Allen do this, and it's a very effective way to accentuate whatever you want to play. And we end it like this. So these are just some tricks you can use in your own playing, and when you're playing your own solos. I feel like accenting these notes can give you yourself a really cool sound. So give this a try. I'm playing on some DR strings here. These are the tight fits. Ibanez 652 AHM, and I'm going through a Mesa Mark 535. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to get around to answering any of them. Again, I'm Steve Dadaian. I also play in the band Pareidolia, and our record Denied Truths is out now. You can hear a lot of this style of guitar playing on that as well for any of you guys that want to check it out. So thanks again for watching, and until next time.